Mental health issues in kids and adults have increased sharply, demanding more resources in Siouxland.
On Monday, Siouxland Human Investment Partnership, better known as SHIP, held its first mental health forum to work on ways of addressing those issues. KTIV's Taylor Deckard recaps some of the goals the organization wants to reach.
7 organizations came together to discuss struggles in their departments and how they can better address the mental health epidemic.
Our community is full of really good resources, and we're all working together really hard.
Representing hospitals, Unity Point Health St. Luke's has seen minors struggling with suicide and attempts on a daily basis. The Boys and Girls Home and Family Services is seeing a lack of shelter for youth in crisis. Catholic Charities also works with the youth, often directly in the schools. A representative from their organization was at MMCRU helping students in Remsen work through the loss of one of their own.
We really feel like if we can intervene early, we can really make a difference versus waiting until maybe a student is having extreme difficulty, whether that is with some behaviors, maybe they're struggling with severe depression or trauma or suicide.
The goal is to provide an outlet for students to discuss their feelings and be proactive before students act on their negative thoughts.
When are we going to start putting more funding towards providing more mental health counselors in our schools so that our teachers can focus on teaching, that they have resources when they identify that, here I can see a child is really struggling. Let me collaborate with somebody who can provide me with some tools, and have those mental health counselors reaching out to parents, working with the parents so those kids can get real help.
Siouxland Mental Health has several locations in the area for their services, but say retention of staff is a struggle. Human Therapy works with people to bring a holistic approach to feelings, wanting mental health to be taught in schools directly to students. Hearing directly from students on the panel, 2 senior high school students say they felt heard instead of overlooked when it comes to their thoughts and feelings.
Topics like this really help youth get a voice, so we usually have adults talking, and we really need to make sure our youth have a voice.
As for adults, Sioux City Police has become a responder to mental health crisis. Police want to respond as compassionately as possible, but they say they are not the answer to this crisis.
Law enforcement officers are trained on how to deal with people in a mental health crisis, but we're not mental health professionals.
Partnering with mental health services, the department's solution right now is to have a soft handoff to a therapist once they have a citizen in custody for a mental health crisis. Panelists say next steps are to hear from government officials and using their resources on how to address mental health before it becomes an even bigger crisis. Reporting for Healthbeat 4, Taylor Deckard, KTIV News 4.
Several government officials were there, and we wanted their thoughts on the crisis. A representative from Senator Joni Ernst's office was there. She said in a statement, in part, quote, "Any Iowan facing extreme stress or mental health challenges should know that they're not alone and help is available. At the federal level, I created a law to institute an annual Buddy Check Week that serves to connect veterans to their peers," end quote. A representative for Congressman Randy Feenstra was there as well. He shared a statement with us that said, in part, "Meeting with health organizations and nonprofits on my 36-county tour, I will continue to listen and advocate for expanded brain health resources for Iowa families and our rural communities," end quote.